We have selected 6 project teams with feature-length documentary projects in production or post-production phase, and they are working through the whole 3 days workshop with 3 mentors.
It's a very international market, so it's always very difficult as a producer, as a filmmaker, as a director.
Well, I think that we covered a lot of topics today at the masterclass. It was mainly about what does it take to start working at the international level. Like, you know, many of the filmmakers and producers, they have national experience, but how to take the next step and find collaborators outside of your own territory. And it's a long journey.
My masterclass is going to focus on distribution, specifically through the case study of our film collective and how we picked it up from a pitch at IDFA in 2016 and took it all the way to the Oscars last year, where it was nominated for Best Documentary Film and Best International Feature.
Sometimes we ask very difficult questions and something that irritates you, but it's sort of just to make yourself understand what you want to do and how you want to do it. It can be confusing because we come from very different backgrounds, we might have different opinions, but all this is a process, is kind of helping you to remember and also understand how you want to make your film and what you want to say with it.
The festivals is a good place for that because you have professional audience, but you have general audience, and it's very pleasant. This is the reason you make a film, is to share it with an audience. So it can be very pleasant, but it can be also a bit scary, or it can be a missed opportunity. So having a bit of knowledge of how the festival works.
Film tells about how traditional society face with new global issues like pandemic, and how they trying to survive, how they suffering, and also they have a lot of humor and funny moments. In DocLab, I trying to present my project from international auditory, because for Ukrainian is pretty clear how tell about, but it's interesting how international auditory react for a film, and they help us to clarifying messages from film.
The film is called I Haven't Died, and the story is about Gabor, a very successful middle-aged gallery owner whose life turns upside down with the diagnosis of pancreatic cancer, which is one of the most fatal illnesses of our times. What I'm very grateful for Gabor is that he's really letting me and the whole crew very close to himself in this very difficult moment of his life. This is the first international pitching forum which we take part with this film. And I think it's a very important moment when you decide to come out of the editing room, to come out of behind the camera and to show your project to the public. And it's really great to be in the DocLab as the first time on this international level, because it's still home, so I feel kind of safe here. And I really hope that the tutors will help to get the film more on an international level, both story-wise and also distribution-wise, for the afterlife of the movie.